Mr. Bird, do you recognize this?
Yes, Your Honor, I recognize that anywhere. That's my record.
Mr. Bird, you've been charged with possession of marijuana, carrying an unregistered firearm with intent to cause bodily harm.
Wait a minute, Your Honor, before you go any further, right? I've elected to be my own lawyer in this case, right?
Highly inadvisable, Mr. Bird, but by all means, be my guest.
All right. It's true, okay, on the night of the 14th of September, I was driving around a stolen, well, technically stolen car. I mean, I would have bought it, right, but I never had the money. Anyway, I had an unregistered weapon in the car, but it wasn't my weapon, right? It belonged to Grimes Ronayne from the time he's going to kill his girlfriend, but he never did, you, Grimes. You hired another guy to do it. But they found the body out on top, so the police already knows about that, right? So don't get your pea hat, Grimes. Chances of them pinpointing you on that now are minimal. Minimal. Anyway, I gave this guy over here $500,000 worth of hash. You already got me on the hash, right? You don't have me on the hash? Well, you had me on suspicion, right? So I would have got it anyway, right? I gave him $500,000 worth of hash. Yes, go on, Sloan. Admit it. You're a dealer. They can't get you for it now. You're not up on the charge. And he sent me over $50, Your Honor. $50 and said it was garbage hash, which it wasn't. I mean, all the boys here can testify to that. They were moving pounds of it weekly. Weekly, right, boys? Right. Anyway, I was vicious, right? And I've been into the Waterford for psychiatric testing for hair trigger temper tantrums and other related disorders, Your Honor. Right? So I grabbed the gun and I headed down to the club where Jake Manning, who's a very private person, I mean, he got to be living under a false name, and Sam Gulliver and Dave Parsons and them were in with a bunch of high-tech equipment they got from those B&Es up on the Merchant Road. Anyway, Sloan was down there with his girlfriend Donna and a couple of other girls from the prostitution ring. Cops knows about the prostitution ring here in town. I know you do, Officer Walsh. You're down there all the time. The girls aren't bad girls, are they? They're good girls, right? I mean, they're just providing a service. Right, Carol Ann? Right, Dad? Surprised me, though, to see Mike down there, right? Because usually he only goes around with those guys to find a place to cut up his hash. So anyway, Mike asked Smitty why he always has so many underage drinkers in the club. Yes, go on, Smitty, admit it. You has 15-year-olds up there stripping. Anyway, back to the story. The drugs that the police always has when he does the bus got back on the street that night, thanks to Officer Tippett over there. We knows each other, don't we, Officer? He always gets me false IDs off dead people. I mean, you knows how I feels right now, Your Honor, right? I'm on the spot, right? You must have felt that way yourself when you got picked up that time with your friends from Montreal with the drunk miners in the car and the stolen furs in the back. Man,
clear the court. Officer Tippett, Officer Walsh, clear this court immediately.
The government wants drugs, boys.
Mr. Bird.
They come to us.
Mr. Bird, may I speak to you in my chambers, please, for a moment, please?
Haven't got nothing on me right now, Judge, but...